lower because January to as late as sometime last week, we were at over 1,756. A little bit lower than compared to a similar time last year, because last year was about almost over 1,800 plus, which represents almost a negative of about 4%. And steadily, this has been the trend this year. We are seeing that negative trend. But not so good enough, like you've mentioned, because again, here you're talking about lives. I wish this was money, that you are losing money, but here you're losing lives. And I will tell you that what we are struggling with as a country is more of our behavior. Roads are there, and if you look at quite a number of our roads are well done. A few challenges here and there, but roads don't move. Vehicles on their own don't move. As a country, I think we are now consuming better vehicles compared to many years ago when you would see very old ramshackle vehicles. These days, at least better vehicles. But vehicles don't move. It's the human being who does all this, who is the guy moving from the vehicle to the road or walking on that road. So then how does this human being behave in that space? I'm in this vehicle. What speed am I doing? I'm in this vehicle. What is the state of my mind? Am I drunk? Am I okay? Am I stable mentally? You know, am I belted up? Very simple, very basic things that this human being keeps missing. I'm walking on this road. Where am I crossing? There's a footbridge here where I decide, hey, let me just go, you know, across like this. So I would say that largely, if we can fix just a little bit of that behavior, which is not so hard, by the way, it accounts for almost 90% of the issues that we have, but it's not so hard. Because just belting up, what is so hard about that? If I'm told, hey, the speed here is 50, I should not go beyond that. Look at this road I've just used, this road in Kawangware. It's going to Kawangware, isn't it? Yes. This road here. Why would you speed? You know, somebody actually around that T-junction has just hit that embankment there. I don't know where it was coming from. And you're like, really? Why would that be? On Saturday, around the roundabout, on Mbagathi, this road to Mbagathi and the other side, somebody just actually overturned. I mean, you must have seen that on social media or something. And you wonder, where was this guy coming from? But again, you realize these guys were a bit drunk and that kind of thing. So I would say largely, if we're able to just fix that behavior a little bit, slow down ourselves, manage our journeys just very well. This idea, we're not against you drinking, but then if we could avoid drinking and driving a little bit, then that would really fix a lot of our issues on our roads, just behavior. Yeah.
So we talk about, and you're talking about behavior and how not only those who are, are in control of those vehicles, but also pedestrians fail to observe key traffic rules. But that would beg the question, those who are found to be flaunting these rules, this is the law. Who is at fault at enforcing these particular laws?
Yeah. NTSA, actually our function, we are a regulator. And as a regulator, we come up with these laws. When it comes to enforcement now, it is the National Police Service who are supposed to do that enforcement. I would say yes, there have been gaps in terms of enforcement, which seems to be the weak link sometimes when it comes to ensuring that we have road safety in this country. Because you would see this is a vehicle that has actually come and the police has stopped it and looked at nothing, but the vehicle still left. Then wananchi keep asking, then what was that you were looking at? Then that vehicle perhaps ends up causing an accident, and then people start saying, hey, but he'll put several roadblocks or several stops by the police. And that begs the question then, how are we enforcing? What is this that we are looking at? Ideally, one of our functions is to inspect vehicles. And ideally, we look at the roadworthiness of that vehicle. Is this vehicle roadworthy to be on that road? issues brakes, issues around the vehicle, how it looks like, the emission and all. Just is it roadworthy to be on that road? So then if it complies with that, because there are regulations around that, if it complies, then it's given a clean bill of health to be on the road. But then now it's left in the hands of the enforcers to keep checking whether that compliance is sustained, or, all the way on the road. These drivers, their license, we issue licenses, but on that road, we're not on the road to see they have the license. Those vehicles, they have insurance and all that. The guys who are speeding, we're not on the road to see that. It's actually the police who have that. So a bit of those gaps. But I would say that currently what is happening, government has now taken up an approach which is quite better. It's an all-inclusive approach. It's a multi-agency approach. The last 2 or so weeks that we've been on the road doing that, we actually call it a clinic. It's not enforcement this time, not a crackdown. It's a clinic more of. We have been working ourselves, the police, the dealers who supply the speed governors and other agencies together. So the approach is good, so that we see the mistake and then everybody else says, yeah, that is a mistake. That's an offense. Can we handle it together? That approach where we sit now seems to be bearing fruit. So there's no blame game like, hey, why did you allow that car to go? Why did you allow that driver to move? And now we're even roping in judiciary as we speak now, because our cases end up at the courts. And sometimes it's so disappointing that you've wrestled with this driver, arrested him, taken him to court, and the guy is slapped with a 1,000 shilling fine. It's so frustrating. And maybe this guy has even killed people and is left scot-free. So we are saying, hey, look here, Bwana Court, help us to address this, because this is our country. We all are here, whether you're in the court or not. We are using these roads. People who are dying are not other Kenyans. It's our brothers and sisters who are actually dying on these roads. So can we look at this problem as a country together? The executive, judiciary, parliament, everybody. Can we look at this problem as our Kenyan problem and address it? So we're happy that the courts have listened. They're saying, yeah, we also now start looking at it different. We also now come even out to the roads. By the way, they're also now going to be with us and look at this problem with us together. So very soon you will see that some of these offenders who think they'll just get away with it like they have done in the past, it's not going to be very easy. Government now has one platform, the e-citizen platform, which that every ministry now is on that platform. We are sharing a lot of information on that e-platform. One of the things now we are pursuing with the courts is to share information on traffic offenses. And there's a committee called the National Council for Administration of Justice, which is chaired by the ODPP. One of the areas that we're looking at is traffic management. And we are now exploring a platform where we share with the courts information. You are flagged today at the court, will also be seen on our side. You are flagged also on our side. Pick up your license. It works together like that, so that we manage this individual. Responsibility of safety now is taken to the driver, the individual now. And you can't run away. If you are fined in Nakuru, for example, you come here in Nairobi again, and another offense, you're fined here, red flag on you. So you're a repeat offender. And in the system now, we're able to see from the court to ourselves, and we'll commit your license now, and all that. We won't even take it to
advances
absolutely to curb this. And we're even asking the insurance as well. Can you look at this? It is a risk. Why would you even insure such a fellow? Today he's drunk, I'm Kungesha Gari. Next time again, the same. As we have flagged him here, so can we also flag him the other side? And we hope that in future we even take it to KRA and all that. Because in other jurisdictions, I will tell you, other developed countries, if you are found as this notorious offender and your license is taken away in other jurisdictions, it's so serious. You'll miss out even on other services. You can't access other services, So that is the level that we really want to take that responsibility to the person. Then we'll be able to fix behavior issues.
Now, there's been the concern of night travels, banning night travels, especially for school buses and all that. Yeah. At times, there's no compliance. And you also talked about unroadworthy vehicles. I'll tell you what, most of the times, as you know, I commute from where I stay to work, you're torn between, you board a matatu, it has no safety belts. Clearly you say this is an unroadworthy vehicle, but you have to board it, because at the end of the day, if you fail to board it, you might be late, you might be fired.